what I carry with me when I go on the road to record those stories. Oh wow, that sounded so... It's not that type of podcast. This light better. So it has the lights. Can you see that? Hi, my name is Adele Onyango and I made that big leap from traditional radio where I was for 10 years into podcasting, where I've been for... It's going to be 2 years in March. I'm really bad with numbers. 2 years in March. So I host and produce a weekly podcast called Legally Clueless that happens to have a feature called 100 African Stories. On that feature, different Africans share stories of things they've experienced or witnessed. When I named it 100 African Stories, I thought it would take me 5 years to record 100 stories. I am on story 106 now. So now it means hundreds of African stories. But in this video, I'm going to share what I carry with me when I go on the road to record those stories. In terms of recording stories, I will either record in restaurants. So there are some restaurants that I have very good relationships with. I also have just become a member at Baraza Media Lab. I will tell you all about them in another video altogether. Now I do record some of my stories there. And mostly I will go to where the storyteller is most comfortable. So sometimes I've gone to people's houses, recorded in their bedrooms. Thank you so much, guys. And oh wow, that sounded so... It's not that type of podcast. Yeah, so I'll go to their homes or their place of work so that I don't disrupt their schedule and we can just record and they can keep doing what they're doing. So when I go out on the road to record stories, this is what I carry with me. Number one, of course, it's a podcast, so you need microphones. I always carry my blue Yeti microphone, well, one of them. There we go. So I carry this blue Yeti microphone. I have two. One stays in my home office stroke recording space. One is constantly on the road. And then I also carry my Sony USB Recorder. Please do not look at my nails. I haven't fixed them up. So this has really helped me in times when the blue Yeti microphone doesn't work, maybe because of the furniture, because it needs to be somewhere here, and sometimes maybe the table is low and the chairs are high and things like that. It has saved me, man, so many times. The last microphone I always carry is the one I'm currently using, which is my Lapel Mics that I can plug into a camera as I'm doing now, but more specifically for my podcasting needs, I can plug into my laptop if I put in the adapter, or even into my smartphone. For the blue Yeti microphone, I carry two cables. Oh, where are the cables? One is this super long one. I don't know exactly how long it is, but you can see it's pretty long. So this one I carry because I may not know how far I'll be from the storyteller in case I'm going to their home or their office and I'm not familiar with that surrounding. I carry this so that there's more leeway between the laptop and the microphone if need be. If I get there and that's not the case and we can be close and intimate, again, that sounds so wrong. This is not that type of podcast. I'll carry the shorter version. So these I just got because I could not find these cables anywhere in Nairobi. So luckily we had family going to the UK, and while they were there, I literally bought these cables in bulk. Okay, cables, microphones done. What else? Of course, you have to carry your headphones. So I carry either these ones or the black pair that I jacked from my former employer. Yeah, so I have my headphones to monitor the sound. I don't want to be in a situation where I've recorded a story and then I get back and the sound is just like off. So I always have my headphones. So I use USB microphones that you just plug directly into your laptop. So I have to carry my laptop. The good thing about USB microphones is I don't need a sound card. I just connect it directly to my laptop. So carry my laptop charger just in case, but I always fully charge my laptop And I'm so happy that I upgraded my laptop, because my laptop before this one, so I just use regular HP laptop. My laptop before this one was those ones that had reached a point in its life that it can't work unless it's plugged in. You know what I mean. Actually, it's my partner who got me this laptop as a gift when I was just starting my podcast. Next thing I carry is my sparkly notebook. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at the sparkles. Even I don't know what that was about. But so fun fact, I collect notebooks. I love notebooks. Gift me notebooks. But this is my notebook where I have a physical log of all the stories that I've recorded. I do have a digital log, but I love writing down things old school. So like I write it down, this is story number, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I have to make special notes about the story. And by special notes, I mean notes that will help me when I'm editing. Next thing I carry is this bad boy. Can you see the name of the podcast? So this I got when I was in the States in 2019. I wanted something like this for aesthetics when I set up the recording space, when I'm recording stories, or if I'm doing something that requires me to record video. I love to have this so you can see the name of the podcast. I got these actual, like this is actually like a piece of plastic printed on the name of the podcast. Those I got done locally in Kenya. Shout out to Martin Owera, he did that for me. Because when I bought it in the States, it came with letters. I think even the letters are somewhere in this office. Yeah. And I didn't have enough letters to spell out Legally Clueless. So I had to get it printed locally. So it normally has its own power bank that is specific for it. And okay, is this power bank? Yeah. So basically, it lights up. Can you see the light? Let me zoom on my, okay, let's zoom this light off so that you can see this light better. So it has the lights. Can you see that? Yeah, yes, yes. Let me get the other sign that I've started carrying. All right. Ooh, get comfy, Adele. So the other sign that I carry was actually meant to be part of our first ever Legally Clueless party that was meant to be this year in March, and then COVID happened. And so it's that. So sometimes when I'm recording stories, I carry this so the storyteller can take fun photos with it as well, or they take photos with the sign that I just showed you. So either of the two works. I also carry my power bank. It's really not mine. I stole this from Falgoon, who's my partner. It's a Sony power bank. It's pretty heavy duty. He'd use it when he goes camping and things like that. But I like it because, man, this thing can charge anything. I'm sure if I get the right cables, it can charge my car. And then lastly, because we're living in strange ass times, I carry, this is antiseptic, you could say. Yeah, so I carry antiseptic and 2 jars of sanitizer. And I also have wipes that I carry as well, especially if I'm going to use my Sony recorder, because you have to be safe while you're doing all the things that you need to do. So what comes next is I pack all of that into my podcast travel bag. So that's basically what I carry with me when I go out of my recording space to record stories for my podcasts, in people's homes, in people's offices, in gyms, in restaurants, at Baraza Media Lab. And that stuff hasn't failed me yet. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do check out my podcast, Legally Clueless. New episodes out every Monday. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, check out the description for a link to where you can listen to the podcast. If you're watching this on IGTV, just hit the link in my bio.